Yo, this is your boy Taron Stubbs,
And I'm Tremaine Ingram.
and we're part of MoCo Life 910. It's a nonprofit that we have going on in Montgomery County, North Carolina, and around surrounding areas. Our main mission is to provide the empowerment and motivate.
And motivation for individuals.
Yeah, motivational individuals need to create their own opportunities and have a positive outcome of life. Sorry about that. We kind of reading that, but we're going to go ahead and freelance it the way it is. So, Tremaine, man, like when you called me and you approached me about MoCo Life and this nonprofit, bro, like it was already in the making.
Yes.
So tell me like how it all got started and what made you even want to do this in the county, bro?
Well, it got started for me. I was actually in prison when I first started visualizing everything and going out into the communities on the road squad and stuff. I started noticing that even in prison, with all the incarcerated people, our people that's in the areas, we never went to our communities and cleaned up.
Right.
So it started out like that. So when I came home from prison, I was taking all the different notes and stuff, visualizing everything I wanted to do with MoCo Life. And so I just began by reaching out to the youth in the community, and we started just doing cleanups, like once a month, just cleanups in the community. And I remember me and Mickey Clegg started meeting up often, having prayer and just discussing things on how to take it further. And so she started reaching out to other kids because she was doing other things in the community as well. So we just started working together, cleaning up Weavertown.
Right. And so, you know, after you started cleaning up Weavertown, like what happened, bro? Like what was the turning point? Like, yo, like I got to make sure that this happens. You know what I mean? Because I came along later on in the story. Right. So at the beginning, like what made you like, yo, I got to go out here. I got to form something. I got to get a nonprofit going on for these kids out here.
In the beginning, it wasn't actually, I didn't think of it as a nonprofit.
Right.
I wasn't into that. I was just trying to do something to give back to the community.
Right.
And I had other people reaching out to me, wanting me to talk to youth and all of that. Jan, me and her connection, She used to always reach out to me, want me to talk to youth. And at that time, I was like, Jan, I can't do it right now. I didn't actually tell her from the beginning that I couldn't do it. I was just like, okay, I'll get with you. But I kept brushing it off. I was brushing it off because I was still working on myself and I didn't want to talk to the kids or any of that, knowing that, you get what I'm saying, I'm still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I wanted to make sure I was right.
Right. And so after that, we got it going. Let's just go to the part where you're trying to form your team, right? So how does your team go along and having a strong nonprofit when it comes to doing the events and things that we do? What type of profile did you want your team to have?
Let me back up. When you said form the team.
Yeah.
I had formed a team with just individuals I knew, individuals that I was surrounded with. But once I started being around Mickey, and she would start to pray over the vision, and she made it clear, she was like, if whatever we're doing doesn't line up with the word, she's not doing it. So
right.
as we began to just spend time and start collaborating, the people that I had set in place all began to fade away.
Right.
And so people like you, Chantel, Jan, I met Takara, like everything just started to form on its own.
Right.
So it wasn't like I just handpicked them. I say God picked them because God placed all of y'all in the midst to pick up where I didn't know how to go.
Man, that's special, man. That's special. Like I'm almost about to cry here. No, joking. But on the real though. So this is crazy. So Tremaine and I was sitting at home. I get a phone call from Tremaine, and I'm gonna give him a little bit of some good, fresh, real history, I guess.
Yeah, you can keep it raw.
Of Tremaine and I. So, Tremaine was living one path. He was living his ex life, dope boy life. Me, on the other hand, I was this high school jock, I guess. The guy who could do no wrong that you want to meet and send to your mother, right?
Yeah.
But it's only a small handful of women in our small little county, and they really just love going back and forth with me and Tremaine because like you got that raw dope boy, and then it's like, hey, let me go introduce tailoring to my mother real quick, so all this stuff can slack off. And so me and Tremaine, like we never really knew each other, but we heard of each other. And so like when he gives me a call, I'm like, damn, yo, I'm married, I'm good. I don't think Tremaine.
He thought he really thought that I was calling him to ask him about a female or something. It wasn't nothing like that.
Yeah. He was like, yo, man, I want to reach out to you, man, because honestly, I see you doing a lot of things in the community. It's about time to build, man. It's time to build. Let's come together. I got some ideas. I got some things that I want to do, but they're making it a little hard on me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're making it a little hard on me. And I'm just listening. I'm just like, yo, like, this is Tremaine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tremaine, like, yo, come see me outside real quick. To now, it's like, yo, what we got to do for these kids? Like, what we got to do to better this whole community? And I'm just listening. I'm like, yo, like, yeah, I got to be a part of this. And I think I said, yeah, man, put me down like a million times while we was on the phone together because I was so excited because now it's hard to do it individually, right?
Yes, it is.
It's hard to do it individually. And then you always, in this small town, you always have to be perfect, right? Like people always trying to look at you and you always seem to have to be perfect. But nobody's like that, bro. And so when you're trying to do things individually, they always talking about what you used to do or how you used to do it. Or it's just a front, or it's fake. He just doing it for some likes. Just doing it to post some pictures up. But really, the gist that I got from the conversation and the gist that I got from the team is like, we doing this from our hearts.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Do you stay in Montgomery County?
No.
Do I stay in Montgomery County? Like the board in general that plan on doing these events for our county in which we was raised in our upbringing, we're not even living there on an everyday basis, right?
No one lives there.
Right, so it has to be from the heart. And so I was like, yo, Tremaine, man, put me down, bro. I appreciate this. Look at God work, you know what I mean? And so, you know, and that's how, you know, I came to play. And my role pretty much, I feel a lot in this nonprofit of MoCo Life 910 is being able to skate the fine lines of both angles, right?
You was able to open doors that I couldn't open. Like I said, I had other parents, like even just from Facebook posts, I had parents reaching out to me. Other dope boys in the community who knew me and seen how it changed my life. Like people was reaching out to me. Right. Not saying that I was trying to preach to them or any of that. They just seen the change in my life. So when the opportunity came, when one of the teachers reached out to me to start talking to kids, it was crazy because one of my coworkers was always telling me, he was like, man, I need you to talk to my son. Right. And mind you, my coworker at the time he used to be a dope boy. He did Fed time. And so this was somebody I looked up to. And for him to tell me, yo, you need to talk to my son, man. I would appreciate you if you talk to my son. Right. So that was one of the first students I was assigned to was his son. Right. And so, like I said, I was doing that for a while. But once my vision started to come forth and I wanted to do things on my own, those doors started to shut. Right. They started saying, oh, no, you can't come on school property because you're a felon and all this stuff. So, like I said, that's when I reached out to you because it's not about me. Right. It was me wanting to help the kids. And so any way to keep the momentum going. Right.
And so, like, with that, I was more so like, I was like, okay, like, this is great. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've been blessed to have a couple breaks, bro, because at the end of the day, I could have been just like everybody else, but I left like 5 minutes beforehand. you know what I'm saying? Or my mom called me a little bit before and I had to get back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? I could have been just like everybody else, but somehow God did this in a way of favor for what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? And I take all that into heed because the connections that I gained throughout the time in Montgomery County, I didn't understand what it was for. You know what I'm saying? I'm finally able to use the connections in which we have now, you know, to be able to get in the school system. And I want to speak about the school system, okay? I want to speak on that just very briefly because you are an ex-felon.
Yes.
Right? Change your idea, change your whole perspective, change your whole life. You start looking at these young men and women and teachers and grown people and say, look, man, I got a voice. Let me try to help out in any way that I can. And then all of a sudden, it stopped. Yeah. Like you couldn't even get in that. You couldn't even talk to these young kids about your true life experience.
I'm not going to say it stopped. They stopped allowing me for the moment to come into the school system. Right. But bending them, doing it from the heart. I didn't stop what I was doing. I wasn't
Right.
gonna let that stop me. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But stop in the school system aspect way. You know what I'm saying? Like going inside the schools and being able to talk. And then when you reached out to me and I'm listening to them, I'm like, yo, why they stop? they stop you? Like, they don't want to hear from a high school jock who never got in no trouble, who kind of skated a little way through life a little bit. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear something raw. They want to hear something real. And so, like, I can go up there and they be like, oh, man, look, he always been a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though they don't know my struggle or whatever, that's just the perceptions. You know what I'm saying? And it's harder for a lot of young men, a lot of kids to kind of grasp onto that because everybody got their own demons that they fighting with. You know what I'm saying? But they can see yours. You know what I'm saying? They can hear about yours. Like, yo, man, he ain't just talking to be talking. Like, this is some real stuff. You know what I mean? And so for them to be able to say, look, man, we can't have somebody like that in the school system right now. But look how God worked. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Look how God worked. Like, we went in there. We got tons of meetings with Montgomery County school system, right?
Yes.
At first, we was getting all kind of mixed emotions about working with the school system, right?
Yes.
But we was like, listen, we need Montgomery County school systems to be on board with what we're doing if we want to be truly effective, right?
Yes.
And they open it up, man.
Open the doors.
They open the doors. They say, look, any facility that you guys need, you got. You need buses to go travel, you got. You need classrooms, just send us an email. 2 or 3 weeks prior, I get whoever I need to get to.
Yes.
And I'll send your email back saying everything is good to go.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, how MoCo Life thought about that when we came back together in our group setting, we thought about, like, it's kind of hard to fight the power when you're outside trying to throw a rock in. You know what I'm saying? It's better when you already in there and you're able to see what's going on and then maneuver that way. And so, we had a lot of backlash when it came to that, but we had a structure and we had a plan when it comes to that as well. So at the end of the day, me, the politician of everything,
yeah.
I want to give a good shout out to Montgomery County school system and school boards because you guys have been very, very good to MoCo Life 910. And speaking of that.
And also communities and schools.
Yes.
Yes, they also, if it's anything, we need students. If we're not receiving emails for students of the month, they always let us highlight some of their students with communities and schools. So our communication with them is straight too. So shout out to them as well.
Right. Speaking of students of the month, what is students of the month?
Students of the month is a segment where we highlight students. And I feel that by us highlighting students, not just any student who excels all the time in the classrooms, those students who get overlooked. Mm-hmm. Those are the students we're looking for, the ones who get overlooked, to try to just encourage them to more, give them that extra push, motivation.
Mm-hmm. So we just had our 2nd or 3rd annual back to school drive. What was it? Third, right? Third, right?
Yes, 3rd.
How many book bags we give away last year?
Last year we did, I think, 202, something like that. Bags. I think that's the exact number, like right. 202. And
this year, what we did around 200 again? It was around that range.
Yeah, 215.
Okay.
210, 215. The first year was like over 100. So it's growing each year.
And we have tons of book bags that was left over. Tons
of book bags that was left over.
Right. So, this is our opportunity to really just give a lot of thanks to people who are coming out and donating and supporting when it comes to our back to school drive. Man, we have so many book bags still left over, and we're not just giving away book bags.
Yes, we stuffing the book bags with all the supplies that they need from each grade level, and we're doing this from the help of the community. We don't have any sponsorships. We don't have any grants coming in. All of this is from the help of the community.
Right. And we eat good.
Yes.
The music playing.
Yes.
The kids are having a great time, and I think it's an event that a lot of people in the county really enjoy. And the thing is, you didn't have to be no big time superstar. I didn't have to make it to the league. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You wasn't Frank Lucas giving out turkeys. You know what I mean?
Definitely not.
But it's more so about, hey, look, man, this is what we can do. And if these are our young kids who, as we said before, we don't stay in Montgomery County. But guess who stays in Montgomery County? My mother, my sister, my aunties, my first cousins, my second cousins, my third cousins. My grandmother's buried there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at the end of the day, no, I'm not there, but my whole life is surrounded by that. So why not go back to make sure that we can help out? You know what I'm saying? So that is one of the events that we do. We also do other events like...
We do the toy drive. The toy drive, that actually happened by default. I'm gonna shout out Better Burger and my homeboy Shred.
Yeah.
Shred had a connection, or well, not say had a connection. Shred had relations or have relations with the owners of Better Burger, and through his music and stuff like that. And that's how he came on board. Let me get into that too. That's how he came on board. I've been knowing him since probably I was like 2021. And just getting into music, listening to music, local artists. And I was like, yo, this dude here, his music, not saying he's rapping my life, but the stuff that he's rapping about from third party, it visualizes MoCo to me.
Right.
So it's a lot of the stuff that he rap about. I'm like, dang, yo, I've been through that. So that's somebody like, I developed a relationship with him based on his music. And they happened to reach out to him. They seen a video that he done called Better Tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
And by the way, y'all unplug his song. Y'all need to check that out too, Better Tomorrow. But he did a video called Better Tomorrow, and they seen that he had Better Burger in the background. So they reached out to him based on the song and stuff like that. So we started talking and stuff like that. And he's someone that reps MoCo Life 910 hard. Like every time you see him, he has on a MoCo Life 910 shirt.
Yeah.
So somehow the conversation was sparked, and they was like, yo, what about a toy drive?
Right.
And like I said, it was last minute, so I was nervous about it. I kept telling them, like, man, no, we're not doing a toy drive. But last minute, I'm talking about like probably like a week in advance, maybe two. Was it maybe two?
Yeah.
But it turned out pretty good, and we thank them for allowing us to use their location for the toy drop off. So that's been something that we've been not necessarily saying we're doing a toy drive every year, but everything we do in December, we still incorporate the toy drive. So if anyone want to donate at our event coming up on December the 8th, which is our MoCo Mogul Awards that we do annually as well. And
what is the MoCo Mogul?
MoCo Mogul is where we highlight other leaders in the community. Like I said, we try and highlight people who usually get overlooked or doesn't necessarily have a title in the community, or a state title, or any of that. So we just try to highlight people that we know who actually does things and gives back from the kindness of their heart to the community. And this year we done it different though. We allow other people to send in emails of the candidates, and we just select it that way.
Right.
Only award that I selected is the Goon Award, because that's personal to me, and that's gonna be an award that whoever I present it to the following year, they present it to the person. That's just gonna be a hand-me-down award to where anyone in the community, not even just our community, I'm not even going to say the community, because now we're starting to expand outside of our communities as well. So with that award, whoever the participant that receives that award, they can give it off to the next person, whoever they seen graciously overcome obstacles of negativity.
You're right. And so, to bounce off when it comes to the MoCo Moguls, I think this is one of our signature and most prized events, man. Last year, man, over 100 some odd people came in, man. Yeah. Free food. We had great entertainment. It was just smooth, man. And so many people just came to us afterwards like, man, this is a wonderful, we had the red carpet out there.
Yes.
And so it brings a different flavor, brings a different mix inside of the county. And on top of that, we're recognizing the people who make Montgomery County the way it is.
Yes.
Right? The people who've been working hard their whole life consistently and never got really too big of a pat on the back. So this is a little bit more about what MoCo Life 910 does, right? We sit back and recognize this. Again, we don't have any major sponsors yet, but if y'all out there, you want to give out some money, look, we all about it. We don't have any major grants yet.
We'll go to good use.
We'll go to good use. So these awards and everything that you see there is coming out of our pocket. And we doing that out of love. It ain't no, hey, man, we doing this right now. I don't know. And every year we seem to make it happen. And that's how I know that it's destined to happen, because we be sitting around in them board meetings, stressed, man, and be like, man, I don't know how we gonna get this money this week, man.
How we gonna get stressed.
I don't know how. And then we sitting there trying to calculate the dimes and nickels. But at the end of the day, after the event, it's a wonderful event. And so, that's how I know that when we doing things the right way, for the right people, for the right cause, that everything is going to line up the way that it needs to be, man. And so, I just really appreciate about being a part of this nonprofit, man, for so many different reasons, man. Like, it does a joy to my heart to go out here and talk to these young men and women, to talk to people my age, to talk to older guys and older women, and just kind of give them a testimony, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm talking in a room full of 30 kids, I may not hit all 30. But if I can hit one just a little bit, like, that makes me feel very good, bro. That makes me feel very good, because at the end of the day, what we going through right now, not only in our community, but communities across the world, bro, with these young Black, brown men and women, it's tough. And so, you know, I just take a look at it. It's like, look, nobody's too big to go back and help out. You know, nobody's too important to go back and, you know, that they can't come back and be like, yo, this is where I'm from. Like, you can do it. I didn't start off cookie cutter either, but we can make it happen. And if you need any help, you need any guidance or any kind of way, like, call me. And it ain't no call me like you call me, I send you the voicemail, you know, or you text me and I don't text you back. It's like, you call me, I'm excited that you call me.
And shout out to our new mayor also.
Yeah.
Pastor Allgood.
Yeah, and
so
Troy.
if you think you can't achieve something, yo, that's someone right there that we can look at and be like, yo. And that's someone also.
She's a recipient of the award.
Of the MoCo award.
Yeah.
But I remember, even when I was in the streets, I was like 18. I remember her being in the community.
Yeah.
Doing work, trying to clean up the community, preaching and teaching, taking the kids. She had this YAD, Youth Against Drugs step team.
Yeah.
Like, she always did things in the community, and I would just sit back and admire that. Like I said, although I was in the streets, I was still watching.
Right.
And I just admire her for everything that she's done. And so, yeah, I'm excited about her being mayor, because I know her heart is in the right place.
Absolutely, man. And the mayor beforehand was there for like 39 years. It was like 39 years.
I thought you was joking when you said that.
No, man. I read upon it. It was like, yo, you was a mayor for 39 years, bro.
I sure thought you
39 years. And like, you know, so of course, like, she's the first woman, but not only the first woman, the first Black woman.
Yes.
Of Troy. Yes. You know, this is a rural community. They have the KKK marching at the courthouse in Troy, right? Not too long ago, about 2 or 3 years ago. Like, so this is the type of royal small community that we do have. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And for her to do that, man, it broke down some walls. And I think it gave encouragement, not only for myself, but for a lot of these young men and women out here, bro. Not just 18 and younger, but 18 and older.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what? I can get this done. You know what I'm saying? I can go for this. I ain't too far off or too far right to go for this, what I'm aiming for. And you know what I'm saying? I just give my hat and big shout out to Mayor Allgood, and congratulations to her. Congratulations to everybody who was running.
Yes.
Congratulations for everybody who put their name down on the ballot to say, you know what, I want to make a change. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations for all the people who went out and go vote.
Yes.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a spunk in Montgomery County this year of people going to vote. And that was a change, bro. It had to be a change. It was a mayor for 39 years. You know, so this is the type of things that goes on in our little small community. But we're MoCo Life 910, man. We got a lot of great things, man. Can you tell us about, Trey, talk to us about right now, like, where we at now? It went from, hey, this is my idea, to now we have our own website. You know what I mean?
And we have the website. We have other programs going on. We have our Free to Learn program, which Sanika Ingram, she teaches that for any kids who need after-school tutoring. You can send us an email and we'll put you in contact with her. And that's all free. GED training, tutoring and stuff, that's all included. All of that stuff is free. And like I said, even down to the school system, if we need space or anything, we can always reach out to them. What's other programs?
Health program.
Oh, yeah, the health program, health and fitness.
Right.
Of course, working out seems like it's become a fad.
Yeah.
So I can't get into the dietitian of working out. I just love working out because I actually work out. But with Dr. Martin, she can digest all of that stuff and break all of that down. But we have her on board. She's also a member of MoCo Life 910.
Absolutely.
My wife, Takara Jones.
Yep.
She's
the boss.
Well, yeah.
Boss lady.
But yeah, she do a lot of shit.
Right,
She
right,
does
right,
a
right.
lot.
Right.
She does a lot. So the team, like everything I envision, every program that I envision, I actually have people on the team that's, if I can't get the job done, they're qualified. They're licensed to do the things that I can't do, or the things that that I'm not allowed to do. So
Yeah.
no doors should be closed. Should be able to be closed.
Absolutely. So we do that. And like I said, we also have a wonderful relationship with First Health in Troy, trying to continue to build our relationship with them and trying to continue to build our relationship in the Black and brown community of going out and getting checked, going out and getting tested. Emotional part for me was about 2 years ago with my uncle passing, and he had health issues. And it seems like the only time that he went to go take a look at himself was when it was already way too late, and so, just trying to be able to encourage people and promote people to go out to your local hospitals, get checked. A lot of this stuff is free. We're promoting that because when you out of here, you affect a lot of people, right? It's a lot of people are emotionally, physically scarred from that. So, let's make sure that we go inside of these hospitals, man, and get checked up on and make sure that we are in our best health mentally and physically when it comes to things, and also emotionally as well. So we have that. We have the school. We also have programs when we go talk to young men and young women separately, right?
Yes, one program is the GOON program. GOON, we broke it down into an acronym, which means graciously overcoming obstacles and negativity. Never allowing anyone to how that go? Taylor, fill me in. Never allow anyone's perception of you to become your reality.
That is.
But with the GOON program, so that name GOON, that's a catchy name for kids and teens, and everyone looks at GOON like it's something negative.
Right.
I remember, like I said, I reached back out to my homeboy Shred. I was like, "Yo, bruh, I need you to write a song. I need a track." I was just telling him just different stuff, and then I explained to him what his music does to me.
Right.
And so when he sent the song, I was like, "Yo, the song sound good." I was like, "Let me sit on it for a while." He thought it was too hard.
Right.
I was like, "No, it's not too hard, but I want to make sure that the message comes across positive." So it took me like a week. I was trying to come up with an acronym to break GOON down. So it took me and my wife. We finally, I had pieces, so she finally finished putting the puzzle together. So I was like, That's it. I was like, okay, now we're gonna flip this, and make it something positive.
Right.
So we continue to run with the GOON, graciously overcoming obstacles and negativity, and that's something, like I said, that's something that means a lot to me, considering where I come from and where I'm at now, and I don't want anyone to feel like they can't overcome any situation they find themselves in. And I also found out that even with me trying to talk to the youth about that, when I put the acronym out there, even adults, people older than me, people that have been in situations I've been in, they reach out to me and let me know how I'm encouraging them. And just by them reaching out to me, it inspires me to keep going. So I'm grateful for that.
You want to know one of the beautiful things, man, that I noticed these past 2 years, especially at our back to school drive, and as well at our MoCo Moguls events, right? We've been blessed to have a wide spread of friends.
Yeah.
Right? A wide spread of people that we know. So I was the book bag drive a couple months ago. I literally looked to my right, saw some big time dope boys. Literally looked to my left and saw some border administration people. You know what I'm saying? And they're all there. They're all there in this event, and we're all laughing. We all having a good time, and we all seeing these kids smile, and we all, celebrating and eating hot dogs and some chips and listening to music, bro. And I think that, to me,
I never even looked at it like that.
That, to me, is beautiful. The book bag drives. Hey, listen, we take book bags, and we'll take donations from anybody. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's going to the kids.
Yes.
You
All
know,
about the kids.
so they came out with all these book bags, man, and these nice cars, and then you know you got the administration right there, and then everybody is showing love with one another. And at the end of the day, our community has to get stronger when we start to be around each other like that. You know, I really want to put people in situations in which they are a little bit uncomfortable, but uncomfortable enough to make you want to learn something about somebody.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I seen this guy somewhere. I know what I seen him. He got a good heart. Let me go talk to him because I know this ain't what he do. You know what I'm saying? I know this is not who he is because he got a good heart. I seen him before. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, you're not untouchable. I seen you before. You was around at our event. I seen you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it gives people the opportunity to kind of break down the barriers that Montgomery County has from the elites to everybody else and put them all in one statue in one uncomfortable place in which you have to grow and learn with one another. And I think that's what we're doing, you know, and I'm just so proud, man, to be a part of MoCo Life 910. I'm so proud about what we got going on and the ideas and that we always sharing. We do have some signature events, but we always have creative minds of doing something else.
And we're always down to, if anyone else reaching out,
Yes.
if we're free and available, we always try to collab with anybody else and their ideas.
Absolutely.
And I think that we actually sparked something in the community. To where other people actually want to get out and do stuff on their own. And some people, you know, some people may, the negative stuff, some people may jump in your inbox and be like, yo, such and such trying to be like you. But I don't feed into that. I just be like, as long as we're sparking them to actually get up and do something, that's all that matters. It's all for one cause, and that's them kids.
Right. And man, we got some good people, man, that's been supportive since day one, man. And I don't want to go into name dropping, but I want to say some names while we got the opportunity.
Okay.
You know, Justin Collins, my right hand man.
Yes, Justin's always there.
You know, he's always there. He's coming from Asheboro as well, you know, from a county over, you know, to make sure he's there. We got Jan, who received our Volunteer of the Year award. And she always brings a crowd with her.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Jan's
consistently
is gonna be with her.
Right. That's consistently always there showing support. We got a lot of guys from the Bell Acres Way, the Bisco, Weaver Towns, Cross Towns.
Shout out to Lamont Jackson, the grill.
Oh, man.
Lamont is always there. Anytime I need Lamont, I call or text him. Jamie Christian, shout out to Jamie. It's quite a few people.
Right. Bryant Smith.
Bryant
Smith, one of those guys, man, that's come out of nowhere. Like, yo, here's all these book bags, man. Look, show some love, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, man,
Mario and what's the Patterson?
The Patterson guys.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm trying to think of their foundation though, because they do a lot in the community as well. So shout out to Mario.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, this is, and there's so many more people that put their helping hand inside of this that goes on. Mama Tammy come out there every back to school drive and fix everybody hot dogs.
Yes.
And we talking about over 200 some odd hot dogs, like people getting 3 or 4 hot dogs at a time, and she putting the chili and slaw on that. So we love you, Mama Tammy, for all that, man. But just a lot of great people, man, that really show a lot of love. Julius Ryan came down and DJing, and every time he gets an opportunity to spin in front of MoCo Life 910, like he's like, yo, put me down for it.
Shout out to Jessica Livingston for her custom cakes. She always reaching out. Tanisha Dunlap, my sister, Trust and Believe Photography. She's always there. We gotta shout out Rob. Man,
gotta shout out Rob. And look, let
me just tell you what Rob, man. Like,
Rob, man.
Rob somebody.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to cry because I be getting emotional though, but Rob somebody that I always looked up to because any vision he had, he always stuck with it.
Yeah.
So when I see him post something on Facebook, I shoot him a text like, yo, bro, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But anytime he put his mind to something, he stick with it.
Yeah.
And he been doing this with the music, with the videography, with the photography. Like, it's so much stuff he got going on. I don't know what else he got going on.
But this is like for years, man.
Yes, for years.
Me and Rob go way back, bro. We go way back.
I used to be like, how did this dude, when do he sleep? Because I remember he would be getting off work. We would go to the studio. This one, like, recording out. This one, he was still recording out of his apartment. I'm like, yo, he just got off work.
Right.
Then he's up all night recording. He going right back to work. I'm like, yo, when did this dude sleep, man? Right.
He always been super passionate, man. And if he can be able to tell these young guys, whenever he does and whenever that pulls them aside, man, of when that time really clicked for him, right? Because he always been singing. Like, you know, I had an artist, we used to go in his closet, you know what I'm saying, and sing in the closet. Closet door shut, it's hot. Everybody in there hungry. we got a crazy story about that, but everybody in there hungry. But the music was sounding so good until now, a couple months ago, you know, he has his own studio session. Like, we're sitting here right now doing a podcast for Medley Records in the studio session, man. It's
Medley
honestly,
Media. He has so much.
He got so much stuff.
It's Medley Media.
But we really do appreciate Robert for everything that he does and continue to do for our nonprofit, man. Like, honestly, truthfully, for everybody out there, and I really do mean this with all sincerity, everybody out there who may feel as if myself, Tremaine, you know, or anybody else is on the board that's doing this stuff is doing it because we are looking for attention, or doing it because we're looking for some likes, or doing it because we just feel as if, you know, we're trying to cover up whatever that we need to cover up. Yo, y'all can go kick rocks barefooted, because this ain't even about you. This is about these young kids, and it's about these young adults that's out here in this community that's fighting each other every summer, that's killing each other every summer, that used to go drink out the same Kool-Aid cup when they was going to school together. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. Like, we're losing good people. We're losing strong men. We're losing strong women out here for something that's so small because there's not a lot of guidance out here. So if you feel as if we're just doing this for whatever reason that you may feel other than what our hearts is desiring to do, you can kick rocks barefooted. This is MoCo Life 910, and we do everything that we have to do out of our kindness of our heart, because we are knowing that Montgomery County can be a better place. We are knowing of the things that are wrong in the county that needs to be fixed. But we have such a county that people would rather go inside their house homes and talk about all the problems instead of getting dressed and looking like ghosts and walk out there into the court systems or the courthouse or and have these meetings and say, look, that's wrong. I think the way that y'all did that guy in school, I think that was wrong. You know what I mean? We got to start taking these conversations outside the household, outside of one-on-one at Bisco Park, right? Into the faces of the people who need to make a change about it. You know what I mean? If they don't want to make a change, we'll put the pressure on you. You know what I mean? And, you know, we laugh and joke about that a lot, but we've been blessed to have a lot of followers. And we've been blessed to have a lot of people who support what we got going on. Yes. And they support who we are. So if we really come out passionate about something, we give you no benefit of the doubt to doubt us. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we're blessed to be in a position in a position that we are in. With MoCo Life, man, we got a lot of great things in store and plan. Rob, thank you so much. I don't know how long that we got going on, but thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to have a platform to be able to come in here and talk about the nonprofit. We got a lot of great things in store. We got a lot of signature events already. We're going to add more, you know, and we're going to be more busy. We're looking for volunteers. Yes. We're looking for volunteers. We're looking for help. We're looking for people that especially stay in the county, right? Yes. We're looking for some more people to help out. You know, and if you have your own group, you have whatever that you got going on to help out in the county, reach out to us. We want to connect. We want to build. You know, it's not MoCo Life and whatever that you're doing, or you know, whatever that's going on this side. Like, we need to all come together. I think that's the biggest part right there. We need to all come together and make sure that this plan becomes unified. And I think that we are moving in that right direction. Tremaine, man, I just appreciate God for working with you, man, working with your vision. You know, everything that we go through in life, we go through it for a reason. Yes.
And I'm not so much the talker, so that's why I'm glad I have people like Terry, my wife Takara, Chantel, and because I'm definitely not the talker. I do a lot of writing. If I'm going through something, I do a lot of writing, but for the most part, I try and let my life speak for me. So that's where I feel I'm more successful with reaching people like me, other troubled youth, other people that was in the streets. That's why I feel I'm more successful. I just let my life speak for me.
Right. Well, how can they get in contact with us, bro?
You can reach us at mocolife910.org. You can also email one of us. We're all on social media. Mine is Trey MoCo 910 on Instagram. I'm Tremaine Ingram on Facebook.
My name is Terrence Stubbs on Facebook. Stubbs for Life on Instagram. You can always reach out to me at any given time. We're all open for ideas, man. And so whatever that you want to come to the plate with, we'll sit down, we'll chop it up, we'll make sure that it makes sense. And if it makes sense, we're going to make sure that it happens, man. So.
And before we close out, keynotes. Make sure Rob get with you. We looking
keynotes.
For we need an artist, so we putting Rob on the spot right there. Keynotes,
December
8th, we need you.
December 8th, 2018 at 6 o'clock. We're going to be at East Montgomery Auditorium for our second annual MoCo Moguls Award. We're giving away how many awards this year?
I think it's 8.
8.
I think it's 8.
Giving away 8 awards. There's going to be some free food.
Shout out to Jamal Moore, who's always helping us out.
Who rocks it. Jamal's a star, bro.
Great host.
Jamal's a star. But we have a star-studded event for you coming up here on December 8th, 2018 at 6 o'clock. Y'all make sure that y'all there. Put you on something a little nice. We're going to have a backdrop. We're going to have the red carpet. If you guys saw pictures of last year, you already know what you're getting ready to expect. This is free.
Yes.
Just come out.
Yes.
Just come out. I hate to say you're not doing anything anyway, but you're really not doing anything anyway.
And it's early, so if you still want to do something, you're not going to do it till after the event anyway, so come on out.
Come on out. Much love and respect. We do this out of the kindness of our heart. We're MoCo Life 910, and I'll let the CEO kind of close us out, man.
Taylor, you the talker, man. I just sit there. I just went through all of this. I'm not the talker, so I don't know how to close out. But anyway, we appreciate all you guys. We appreciate all the support. Rob, again, thank you for allowing us to come on your platform and speak on MoCo Life 910. Everyone in Montgomery County who has an organization, who has a business, continue to let your business strive, because they feel that coming out of MoCo, you can't be anything.
Right.
But I know a lot of business owners out of MoCo and who's successful, and who came out of the same neighborhoods we come out of. So I salute to all of you. You all inspired me to keep going.
All right. And shout out to Bell Acres, North Carolina, one time. My old stuffing grounds, man.
How you gonna tell me to close, but you continue to go?
I just said shout out to Bell Acres. You know what I'm saying? We done.
Yeah, we done.
Thank you.